Avoid at all costs. Do not come to Chicago and go to these places, I'm telling you.
All right, Remy, we're gonna go with tourist attractions to avoid when you're visiting Chicago. Go first, what you got?
I think the most obvious one to me is, I'm not even sure if I can put it on the list because it's so obvious, but it's hands down the Bean. It's the lamest thing out there. What are your feelings?
Chicago has a lot of sculptures. And for some reason, this is the one that everyone wants to go see. And I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I know it's supposed to show like the entire skyline of Chicago, but it's nothing that anyone had asked for. It's not something I ever want. I went to it one time, I was like, why are we here? Makes no sense.
Yeah, and it's a little awkward too when everybody's standing under, looking up, and you're just like, the whole experience is, and I love art. I love art, but what is the actual name? Isn't it like Cloudgate?
It's Cloudgate.
Oh, okay. So we're not even calling it the right thing.
No, and they actually added 1 inch in New York.
Oh, they did?
New York has one. And they put it underneath a building, so it looks like it's getting squashed by the building. I agree with you. I think Cloudgate / the Bean, you can go there on your own time. I'm not taking it. Okay, so my first one is the Museum of Science and Industry. Here's why. So I remember going there for 7th and 8th grade field trips in school, and it blew my mind. Like, this is the most amazing place ever. I just took my son there. I'm 39 now. He's 2. 25 years. It's the exact same. The same things are broken. The same things are there. And I look at it now as an adult and just see all the kids touching every single button, clicking everything, pulling every lever. You're like, oh my God, my anxiety is going through the roof. And then when we had to do lunch, it just felt like I was in this weird cafeteria line, just going through like, who's next? We actually bought a yearly pass. So I don't know why.
Oh,
because
you did?
if you go once, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you go twice, it kind of pays for itself. But Museum of Science Industry, I just think it's a skip.
So you're going back because you got the year pass. I've taken my son there. I didn't notice as many broken things as obviously you did, but I agree with you 100% on the germ factor. I saw multiple kids picking their nose and then grabbing stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna sit this part out, I guess. I take my son to the trampoline park.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, but he like runs around and there's like trampolines, so they're soft, and he has a great time. I think I would take him probably back to the trampoline park before.
We went to a trampoline birthday party, and being a new parent, my anxiety was just through the roof. Just like watching, I was talking to my wife, like, who's watching these children? There's 75 kids just jumping around, and that kid just threw the ball a lot harder than I thought he should. Like, I was just like, I can't be here. It was, my anxiety was through the roof.
I get it. It's maybe it's showing you a little something you got to work on. Yeah, just
Remy, all right, give me another one. What is an attraction people should avoid?
I'm gonna say the Sky Deck at Willis Tower. I just don't have any interest on going out on a deck looking down at the ground. Like, I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me. I would never wait in a line to do that. And I think that there's so much more to see than looking down from the Sears, or the Willis Tower, I should say. Sorry. Yeah, I was born in the 80s, so it's the Sears to me.
I mean, if you've been in Chicago long enough, it's the Sears Tower. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone calls it Willis Tower. I agree. I did it with a friend. We went to the Sky Deck just cause, and I don't get it. Like, it was like, oh, this is cool for 2 seconds. Like, we just stood in line for an hour.
How much did you pay?
I can't remember. He paid for it.
I would go for free.
I would go for free. I would go with a relative that's never been to Chicago, but that's like, we gotta speed this up. Like, this, it's not a lot. Because to me, you can get, there's multiple like rooftop bars that would also give you a really good view of the city, like a great skyline.
For sure.
So I don't really feel as if going to the middle of downtown to go into the Sears Tower, to go on a top level, to have this much glass under your feet for 10 seconds.
Yeah, how long is it really?
I would say it's probably like a minute. They take your picture and then they try to sell you that picture back. All right, my next choice is going to be just deep dish pizza in general.
Whoa!
I feel everyone associates Chicago with deep dish pizza.
Yeah, true.
I don't eat it. Do you eat it?
I do eat it. I know, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be straightforward, all right?
I feel like you're ordering like a giant meal in one slice. It's a lot. It's a lot of cheese, it's a lot of sauce, it's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I feel like Chicago pizza is square cut tavern style pizza. That's Chicago pizza.
That's what you relate to it.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Lies.
I'm gonna go with Navy Pier. I don't even know what goes on there. Well, the fireworks are probably the coolest thing that I know about that, but you don't have to go out to the pier to experience that. I don't know why people go. Honestly, there's a big Ferris wheel. Outside of that, I mean, I wouldn't go there for that. I think it's bullshit.
I don't know what is at Navy Pier. I have no idea.
There is the Shakespeare Theater that you could go to, which arguably is pretty cool.
So there's nothing there. Great. I went to Delaware, and Delaware, like Chicago has a little bit of everything from all over the nation.
True.
I went to Delaware, and Delaware is like a beach town. And their piers, I went there and I was blown away by how like much bustling businesses and people and beach for miles. And every like 2 miles or something was a different kind of pier. So like this was like the family pier. This was like the party pier. It was really cool. Like I liked it. So I feel like that's what Navy Pier is probably taking, like paying homage to, is that kind of style. But we just did it Chicago way. It doesn't mean anything.
They didn't come off.
So my next pick would be St. Patrick's Day. It's just a shit show. People are like, oh, St. Patrick's Day, died at River Green. Like there's so many people downtown. Everyone's already drunk from 9 o'clock that morning. I got trapped downtown 2 years ago at St. Patrick's Day doing showings. Washington and State.
I cancel. If somebody wants to go out, I'm not your guy.
I forgot. And I got down there like, oh my God. Like, so I was trying to like get to the showings, but I was the only idiot not wearing green. So everyone was just like, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And the clients I was with were from out of town too. Well, so their experience of downtown, I was like, it's never like this. I'm so sorry. I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day, but it was pretty busy.
It's all centered around drinking with like really few cool things going on. I think that the coolest out of all of them is that they dye the river green. Is like lame to me. I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. My last one is Garrett's Popcorn. I have no idea why anyone would stand in a line for more than 1 second to get that popcorn or have that experience.
It's not good popcorn. Like I could get a bag of 99 cents cheese okie doke popcorn and be way better.
100%.
It smells bad. It's popcorn that has like sauce. I don't know, why is this on here? What's funny is, so for Christmas, my mom always used to buy at Walgreens or Jewel like those big tins that have like regular popcorn, cheese, and caramel.
I remember those.
Those are delicious. And Garrett took that and like amped it up times 100 for some strange reason. It doesn't taste good.
No.
I don't know why people are in line. Why do people like that taste? It's just not good popcorn.
It's weird. I don't understand if we feel this way. How is it that they build a business around it that's been so successful?
One of my first jobs, I was working at a beauty supply store when I was like 14 or something. And they used to make me, for their break, go stand in line at Garrett's Popcorn and get them all Garrett's Popcorn. So I kind of hate it because of that.
Punishment.
Childhood trauma from that. I went there probably 3 times a week. And I was like, this isn't good popcorn. Like people were there standing in line. It is definitely, to me, a tourist thing. I feel like everyone in line is not from Chicago. That is one that I look at and I go, who the hell said to buy this?
It's like they open their doors. You know how like people have a tendency, if there's a line, they'll get into the line? It's like this whole anticipation from whenever it opened up, and like the lines never going down, and they just happen to be lucky that like people just keep on getting into line.
And they keep getting in line. I don't get it. I think Garrett's Popcorn is very low on my list of things that I would eat. My last one for attractions you should not be visiting Chicago is the Water Tower place. Again, another memory as a child, like, oh man, let's go down to the Water Tower place, hang out. And I went there the other day for something. I was like, this is the most depressing vertical mall I've ever seen. Like none of the stores make me feel as if, oh, I'll go here, then I'll go here, then I go here. They're just so random. I just don't understand who shops there and why. There's a Bloomingdale's across the street. I would just go to that. Like they have everything at Bloomingdale's. Like that is the weirdest mall ever.
Not only that, but now you have, like, there are cops there that, like, check your IDs.
Yeah. It is a tourist thing for sure. I'm not a fan of the Mag Mile. It's not something I'm like, oh, let's go to the Mag Mile.
Like, a cup of tea.
There's a giant T-Mobile. There's a giant Starbucks. There's a giant Victoria's Secret. It's like, there's just stores that are literally 6 stories high. Like, I just don't understand the allure with them. I feel like the Mag Mile is just giving you the biggest version of a regular store in the mall. Avoid this place at all costs. If you come to Chicago, take it off the list.